What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again with another game preview and score prediction for Week 11. My Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Kentucky Wildcats. It is a road game for my Alabama Crimson Tide. So let's go ahead and get into the video and start out talking about these Kentucky Wildcats coming into this game 6-3, 3-3 in the conference, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe they will pose any threat to my Alabama Crimson Tide. But Kentucky is coming into this game offensively, averaging 353 yards, 212 passing, 141 rushing. And I'm going to tell you this right now, once again, no way, no how that these Kentucky Wildcats will run for 141 yards on my Alabama Crimson Tide defense. I don't give a damn that they do got Ray Davis. But defensively, they're giving up 347 yards per game, 236 passing, 110 rushing. And yes, my Alabama Crimson Tide will meet that 110 rushing against these Kentucky Wildcats. And Kentucky is only averaging offensively 6 more yards than what the defense is giving up. That's not a recipe for winning, especially against my Alabama Crimson Tide. All right, their quarterback, Devin Leary, the pass for 1,900 yards. All right, a little bit over, only 5 yards over with 1905, 18 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Not great numbers, not even good numbers, in my opinion. Of course, he done threw for more touchdowns than my quarterback, which Jalen Milroe ain't threw but 13 or 14 touchdowns. Jalen Milroe don't have good numbers either. But hey, it is what it is. My Alabama Crimson Tide winning games. All right. Jalen Milroe got a whole different skill set than Devin Leary. And my quarterback, Jalen Milroe, is the better quarterback than Devin Leary. But anyway, nevertheless, Devin Leary, 1,900 yards, 18 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions. Not only 7, but 7 interceptions, which is too many. All right. Then Ray Davis. The offense runs through Ray Davis. Without him, less than mediocre. All right. Ray Davis, 903 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns, 227 yards receiving, and 5 touchdowns. This guy is responsible for 14 touchdowns this season. 1,130 all-purpose yards. But anyway, like I said, this offense runs through Ray Davis, who has scored 14 touchdowns, 9 on the ground, 5 through the air. All right, the guy is dangerous, but my Alabama Crimson Tide defense will keep him in check. Hell, against my Alabama Crimson Tide defense, he might rush for 75 yards, maybe 75. But anyway, I'm being on the polite side in saying that. And then you got Devin Leary. He got 1 touchdown on the ground. No matter. Demise Sumo, 127 yards rushing and a touchdown. He also got a touchdown receiving on 66 yards. As far as their receiving game, their 2 main guys is Dane Key. He got 431 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. And then you got Tavon Robinson, 462 yards and 3 touchdowns. All right. But then you got Brown. He got 2 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving on 358 yards. Other than that, everybody else is irrelevant in those skill positions. All right. Their defense, I don't think their defense can stop my Alabama Crimson Tide's offense. I don't care what they do. But they do, the defense do got 8 interceptions. And they got 8 interceptions. 3 of them was returned for touchdowns. So, hey, they good in that area. But I think Jalen Milroe is taking care of the daggone ball. Jalen Milroe, I believe, got 5 interceptions. 2 of those interceptions was thrown in the same game. And I believe that was against Texas. He threw 2 interceptions against Texas, I believe. And then after that, he's pretty much taking care of the ball. 3 interceptions after that, I believe now. Don't quote me on that, but he's pretty much taking care of the ball. Didn't have any issues taking care of the ball against LSU last week. But anyway, like I said, Kentucky's defense got 8 interceptions and 4 fumble recoveries. So they got 12 turnovers this season. But I don't think they would get any against my Alabama Crimson Tide. Usually we don't even fumble the ball. So I'm really not even worried about that. But I don't think Kentucky has enough to even pose a threat to my Alabama Crimson Tide. And let's go ahead and talk about Alabama coming into this game. 8-1, 6-0 in the conference. We are on a 7-game win streak, as a matter of fact. Just putting that out there. All right. But anyway, coming into this game, Alabama offense is averaging 382 yards. Not enough for me, but hey, it's all right. 382 yards, 219 yards passing, 162 yards rushing. That's a great rushing average. 219 yards per game is not that good for passing, but guess what? It is enough. Like I say, we don't need Jalen Milroe to do all that passing, all right? We don't need him to do a whole lot of running, not in some games, but we really needed it last week, and guess what? We got it. They done unleashed Jalen Milroe. But guess what? It's been proven that we can win games on the arm of Jalen Milroe. We did that against Texas A&M, all right? And then against who was it? Was it Ole Miss where we ran the ball? Mississippi State, we ran the ball all day. Jace McClellan and Roydell Williams, all right? So we can win games both ways. But when you add Jalen Milroe in that run game, oh my goodness, it's really dangerous then. And you seen that this past Saturday against LSU. All right, our defense giving up 325 yards per game, 205 yards passing, 119 rushing. Last week, that rushing yardage was down, like we was giving up like 103 yards. But after Jaden Daniels got through doing what he was doing to us, shit, it boosted up to 119. So Jaden Daniels would have ran for over 200 yards if he hadn't went out the game. I'm confident in saying that. So, and the average would have been more. But I think that the average would come back down against Kentucky, against these Kentucky Wildcats. Just putting it out there. Like Jalen Milroe, 1,800 yards, a little over 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. Like I said, not good numbers, but he do enough to get the job done. He do enough to keep Alabama winning games. Yeah, I do know that. So if you have watched Alabama, you know that also. Okay, Jace McClellan, 632 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. Roydell Williams, 395 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. All right, and listen at this. Jalen Milroe, 297 yards rushing with 9 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. 9. Of course, 4 of them came last week against LSU because the man was unstoppable. Both quarterbacks, well, I ain't going to say both quarterbacks was unstoppable because one of them got stopped. Dallas Turner saw to that. I'm just saying. But anyway, Jalen Milroe got 9 touchdowns on the ground. Then you talking about these receivers. Jermaine Burton is our leading receiver with 537 yards and 5 touchdowns. Then you got Isaiah Bond, 420 yards and 3 touchdowns. All right, Isaiah Bond, don't think he's running out of bounds if you're a Kentucky defensive back. Just ask that guy over there in Tennessee. Don't think Isaiah Bond is running out of bounds. He's going to lay that shoulder to you. But anyway, tight end Amari Black, 218 yards and 3 touchdowns. And you got Colbert Prentice. He done added a touchdown on 208 yards. Then who else? Jalen Hale. He's only got 1 touchdown. He got in the game. I believe that game was, I don't know, was it Tennessee? No, it wasn't Tennessee. Might have been Texas A&M. He got in the game and scored a touchdown. But Jalen Hill got a touchdown. Now my defense, I ain't even really got to talk about my defense, because if you've been watching my Alabama Crimson Tide, you know what this defense is about. Dallas Turner, Chris Braswell, Jahad Campbell, Jaheim Otis, Tim Keenan, Tim Smith. You know them. You know them. Caleb Downs, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Terry Young Arnold. You know what they about. You know what they about. My Alabama Crimson Tide is top 3 in quarterback sacks and tackles for loss. The secondary is playing off the chain. This defense as a whole is like a one-man band. They all on the same beat. Okay? Yeah, they give up some big plays every now and then, but they gave up a lot of them to Jaden Daniels because of Jaden Daniels' running ability from the quarterback position. And nobody has been able to stop Jaden Daniels from doing what he do until he met Dallas Turner. And it wasn't a dirty hit. It wasn't targeted either. I'm going to continue to remind you of that. Dallas Turner just put a textbook tackle on him. Gave him some love. Gave him a hug. And he couldn't stand it. That's all. But anyway, my Alabama Crimson Tide defense is one of the best in the country. Now, we can get turnovers too, just like this Kentucky team. As a matter of fact, we got 8 interceptions on the season, and we got 3 fumble recoveries on the season. So yes, we got 11 turnovers also. So 11 takeaways. So hey, my defense can take the ball too. And I think we'll get a couple of turnovers against these Kentucky Wildcats. You know what I'm saying? But Kentucky, you got a tall task. Even though it's in your house. I believe 11 o'clock your time. Maybe it's 12. I know it's 12 my time. But y'all got a tough task in your own home when my Alabama Crimson Tide steps off the bus. That's all I know. So here is my score prediction. And you know I'm going with the Alabama Crimson Tide. My Alabama Crimson Tide. 38. Kentucky Wildcats, 13. That's my final answer, and I'm sticking with it. Alabama 38, Kentucky 13. Roll damn Tide, baby.